kids born in the year 2000. And I was like, wow, that's crazy that these kids were born in the year 2000. But it's way weirder now to think that those idiots can actually legally drive. The one true Brody.
Idiots.
I hope that they've really advanced
Shout
as
out
people.
to former students.
I hope that those people have really advanced their intelligence. Because when they were 10, they only had the intelligence of like an average
10-year-old.
5th grader. Yeah, exactly.
Those
Which
motherfuckers.
we've established sometimes we're not smarter than.
Right, yeah. Do you think that on Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader, the kids get the answers fed to them sometimes?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
definitely fake. 5th graders aren't that
Cheaters.
smart.
Can I ask you a trivia question as well?
Depends what it
Who
is.
do you think hosted the Canadian version of Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? Without
Mark
looking
Summers.
it up. No, it's a Canadian superstar.
That
I'll
one
have to
guy
go
from
back.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No. I think.
Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
not Donkey Lips.
Is he Canadian?
Donkey!
He is Canadian.
That's Shrek.
It's not
Dude,
Mike Myers.
5 is coming out in 2019.
Oh, man.
I can't wait.
I just watched Shrek for the first time the other day.
Oh, congrats. How did it go?
It was alright. It was alright.
I'll
It wasn't
take
bad.
I mean, it's really, that's the correct description of Shrek, right? Like, it's pretty
all right.
good.
The first one, anyway. I don't know about, like, the other 9 of them, but
it. When you left, were you like, now I'm a believer?
I'm still waiting for another Austin Powers movie.
Hell yeah.
Also, I just presumed that you just saw Shrek in a movie theater for some reason. I'm not really sure why I did that.
Nope. Unless
Yeah,
they do
it's
re-releases.
A little old.
Why don't they bring
They
back
bring it
more
back.
movies in the movie theater? Like,
They
more
only do it
often?
with George Lucas shit.
Those
Yeah,
are
right?
some of my favorite movie theater experiences. Like, I saw Jurassic Park when they re-released it. That was
Yeah.
one of the best movie-going experiences I had that year.
Why do we have to only have that experience when a movie just comes out? Why can't they have a returning flick of the week or something?
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, in Vancouver, there's a theater called the Rio Theater that does that with a
Was
lot
there?
of classic movies.
Well, that's awesome. I want one. Thank you,
It's a
Scottish.
pretty good point.
6 months in a row.
It kind of reinforces this idea that everything is incredibly ephemeral, and the second it's out of the public consciousness, it is no longer useful or meaningful.
Except
So-
for Shrek, apparently, which
Well,
is
it's obviously because I've been doing my time to try and make people more aware.
They expect me to build like a home entertainment system or like theater to get that kind of experience again. Like, it's bullshit. They only make TVs so big before we have to get a projector.
Yeah, and the projector's got issues with like saturation and colors coming through properly, so it's all a bunch of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
May as well just throw the movie in the garbage at that point.
What I do with my projector is I have people over, I say, come over, it's movie night, what do you want to see? Line up 8 or 9 movies, and they say, whoa, we're going to be there for like 24 hours. They bring sleeping bags, snacks.
Oh, man.
And then on my projector, I just hook
What?
up my laptop with HDMI.
Yo,
then
chat,
I
what
go
is
to-
happening to this Loki?
Then I go to the Wikipedia articles for each of the movies and just read them out loud.
Chat,
Works.
level with me. What just happened with Loki there? I hit him with Mega Blast for the entire duration of Mega Blast, and he did not die.
Is it because you hit him from super far range and your
Just the
proptosis
tip?
beam is not
Oh,
very
that
good?
is what it is. Yep.
Just the tip.
Mystery solved.
Thank you. Yep.
Projectors for cinema cost hundreds of thousands. What?
Why do they cost that much money?
Per
pay
theater
for it.
room? Like per one?
That's
Yo,
like
the-
medical equipment is just like bullshit marked up because
They're-
it is.
I don't know about that, man. It takes a lot of accrued knowledge and also, you know, rare earth minerals to create an MRI machine.
I don't care.
The dude
Make
who
it
made
cheaper.
the dude who made MRI machines, who invented them, like that guy needs to get paid because he is a one-of-a-kind talent on this great earth.
I think it was probably more than one guy, but
There's just his name is Mr. I, and he lives in a Bavarian village in the Alps, and he gets orders from hospitals, and he handcrafts the MRI machines.
oh.
That's quite a trade he's found his family working in.
And sometimes he makes wooden ones, you know, customizes them a little bit, give
He
them
has
that
an
nice look.
apprentice right now.
It's like, oh, you want this one in hot yellow green? No problem. Hit you with the
Sequel to
decals.
Toddler. Adam Sandler's second son has to get into the old MRI machine business, and it apparently also is the loom of fate.
I'm Mr. I! People rely on me for medical imaging services!
And then what he does is he starts MRIing himself, and he realizes when he comes out, he can change himself into anyone he wants.
Or any jelly.
He can change himself into either an M, an R, or an I.
I go with the I every time. It's the only
Yeah.
vowel out of the three.
Maybe in Superhero, thank you as well.
Yeah, you kind of need the M and the R to get anything done.
Well, that's how you need the team of superheroes.
What is this?
Do you think vowels have more intrinsic value than the rest of consonants?
You know what? It's probably the most ridiculous thing I've heard you say on this entire show. But I guess I do agree with you. I think you could probably get rid of a few consonants before you'd even notice. Like, let's just be honest. If we got rid of G or J, there would be an adjustment period.
Well,
but
it would be J, let's be honest.
Yeah.
How would I say jizz, though?
You would just
say it with a G.
Is.
G-I-Z-Z, and then you'd be like Giz, and then it'd be like, no, it's pronounced
Jizz.
Yeah, we already do that for like 90% of the words in English. You got to learn a trick for every single fucking word.
Then there's K and C. Obviously, C would win out.
Oh yeah, C is way more useful than K. Because you can also get the S out of it. And honestly, then you might be able to get rid of S.
True.
Let's hang on a second here.
I like S's though. They're like snakes. They look, they're fun to draw.
S is probably a lot more important than K.
Look, version 2.0, we'll keep S's and we'll beta test an S-less version and see what people
as long as you're not just randomly getting rid of shit.
I'm not particularly attached to my idea. But.
We'll have test groups, run it through the process.
Oh, in German, there was this character known as the S set, which is just two S's next to each other, essentially, represented by what looks like a beta sign.
Yeah.
And they got rid of that because they just realized they could just use two S's. So, I mean, why don't we do a lot of that same shit?
Korean gets by with only like 20 characters, but they still do some bullshit sometimes. They're like, well, this character's a K, but if we really need a hard K sound, we just put two tiny versions of that character next to one another.
We definitely don't need X's for sure either.
If we got rid of X's, how many words in the English language would that affect? Like less than 100,
3.
Right?
Like 3.
If you played the xylophone, you'd probably be real pissed.
No, you wouldn't. You'd just change it with a Z.
Oh, that's true. It would just be xylophone. Or even with a C.
You have an X-ray, but
pointless.
It's not even like a real word because it's like hyphenated and shit.
You spell it ECKS. I think X might honestly be the most useless letter in the English language.
Yeah, probably.
But what about Z, though? Like, Z is just a stylish S, right?
Said.
No, it goes in the other direction, first of all.
What do you use a Z for?
Zebras?
Yeah,
Power Rangers?
Yep.
Or Z?
Yep. Z is dead?
We have no reason for Zs anymore.
Maybe you don't.
The Z has no reason to exist. It's already
What
handled
about
by
Zod?
S. You just spell it with S and then be like, no, I'm not
Sod.
talking about soil. The problem is,
Zardoz?
for every counterexample you can come up, English already has an example of us jumping through a hoop to say a word.
Yeah.
We already have, 10 words that are spelled exactly the same. We have so many words that are spelled exactly the same that we have a word for words that are spelled the same but sound different. That's how stupid our language is.
And it's like some sort of benevolent grace of adulthood that you figure out how to use the three forms of there properly.
Yes. Can I want to take this one step further.
People are still trying to figure out your.
In the English language, not only do we have words that are spelled the same as other words, but have different meanings.
And they sound the same.
Then we have a word for words that are spelled the same but sound different. But there's so many similar phenomena that we have words that sound similar to the word that means that you have two words that are spelled the same but sound differently. So people are always like, is that a homograph or a homophone? Or is it, we actually have too many similar sounding words that mean the same thing, and the meaning is there's too many similar sounding words.
Phenomena.
And the only requirement for something to become a word is for it to be used often and, adopted by a majority of people, right?
Hello.
Man, when I become president / prime minister, first prime minister, then president.
When Canada takes over America.
Keep it on the DL, but yeah.
You wouldn't be the first one Canadian running for president, right? Nothing weird
I
about
guess
that.
Tom Cruise you're talking about. Former Republican presumptive nominee Tom Cruise.
Yeah. He won, I thought.
Yep.
He's the president now.
Can we get some Tom Cruise impressions real quick?
That's
a good one! That was really good!
Yeah,
I can't think of any Tom Cruise lines.
You actually just did it.
You're so good at it, you don't even realize it.
Again.
How was that?
And then you pointed them. Yeah, yours was good. You had it under control as well.
Alright, thanks, man.
We gotta do the Oprah impression where he's jumping on the couch.
You
I'm so in love.
You smile and laugh, and then you
And then you
shake your
point.
head, and then you point at the person that told you the thing that made you laugh. That's the Tom
It might
Cruise
touch your
formula.
face also.
Oh god.
That was fun.
It was good.
Suck it, bloat. Well, so we got some Brawlhalla up next, and then some Pintarillo.
Yes.
Well,
What?
I like that.
What language does Pintarillo come from?
English.
Oh, one of those,
I
huh?
wanted to say it was Spanish because you do it so well in that
Pintarillo.
linguistic style.
I think it's harmless, but if it wasn't harmless, it would be extremely offensive.
I don't want it to be. I like to roll my R's.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could make it Italian too. Go Pintarillo.
Pintarillo.
That sounded more like Greek or something, didn't it?
We can't do any impressions these days without being racist, unless you're a comedian.
No, I'm telling you, we can still do impressions of other white people.
Well, okay, I guess.
Well, we can't do the Italian one unless Rob's on, because then, we actually need him to sign off and tell us it's okay every
He
time.
always does sign off too because he's a good sport about it.
He is a good sport. He's basically he enables our casual racism.
I don't. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna get into this argument.
Well, I don't know where you're going with this one, but
Yeah.
He doesn't though, whatever it is.
I don't either. It's Spanish. I am not the Zodiac Killer. What are you talking about, chat? I look over here for 2
Talking about-
seconds.
You know what they're talking
Tom
about.
Cruise. He was not the Zodiac Killer. That was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh. True,
That was
true.
Marco Rubio.
Whoa. You short-circuited my brain with your actual politics.
Oh.
Is that a
You
Tom
know what?
Cruise impression?
You can really, there's a few accents we can still do guilt-free. One of them is Brooklyn. That one is perfect. Hey, walk, hey, put a slice of pizza, you know?
Get a coffee, you know.
Yeah, Boston.
That's
Boston's
Boston.
in there. for
Oh,
sure.
well, fuck it.
It still works.
It's over there, it's over there.
Fuck.
Redneck. You can, no one's ever gonna be like, well, very few people are gonna be like, that is offensive.
Could
Which
have
is
been a
maybe right,
contender.
maybe wrong. But if you're like, I was down at the watering hole, people just, clap their hands.
So you said we can make fun of other white people,
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
or do their impressions is what I meant.
You can. I'm not gonna.
What, you're not white enough?
You can, but I won't participate in this.
I'm just saying I want you to dip your toes in the water first, and then I'll determine if I'm gonna do a cannonball.
You're gonna follow.
It's time to stop.
This reminds me of the water park I went to the other day, and I came back and I was like, I went in the wave pool, guys, and they were like, Cobalt, wave pools are made of 90% pee. I was like, there's no way that's accurate, guys.
Yeah, it's like 98%.
That's fucked up.
But I don't know though. I feel like if you just didn't know that, you'd be fine, right?
There's no way there's that much pee in them.
I think there's a lot of pee in almost every public pool.
98%?
98% is ridiculous. The only thing that ever gets 98 is degrees.
What the fuck?
You know it's that high when you start seeing head appear on the top of the pool.
That's disgusting.
It's not beer. Just my pee froth.
I'm just here's the problem. I think people are under the impression that you could ever go into a public pool without having to experience other people's urine.
I'm way too scared to go in a pool because I'm afraid they're gonna have that ink stuff, and I'm gonna have like a cloud around me and be like, "Yo, what?"
Well, don't
what's
be
up?
in the pool then.
I don't. That's the reason. Out of fear, I don't.
You're not gonna get caught by the cloud.
Caught by the
Caught by
cloud.
the cloud.
Grabbed by the goose, caught by the cloud.
But people are always like, they're like, man, if you go to the bathroom and you don't wash your hands, which you should wash your hands, but for this purposes of example, if you go to the bathroom and don't wash your hands and you shake someone's hand, it's like someone else just touched your dick. Can we can't do this, right? Because all atoms are touching other atoms. What is like, I'm literally breathing in somebody's dick right now. I'm breathing in Julius Caesar's dick.
Or better yet,
we're all made out
butthole.
of stardust, right? Like
People are always like, you were made of
mixing.
atoms that made up Jesus Christ himself. 1 or 2 atoms in your body probably made up Jesus. But also,
not me though.
probably touched somebody's dick. Sure, we have all consumed cum atoms, right?
Is that the we're on like contact homophobia now?
Oh my
That's what I
God.
think people are like, I basically just touched his dick, you know?
So fucking what?
I'm just saying, like,
there's people that
you
touch
want-
dicks for fun, you know? Like, let alone...
whoa, hold up. Since when?
Oh, Adam and Eve, probably. Atom and Eve.
You can be straight as anything, and
This
like, what's
isn't
it gonna
about-
hurt?
This isn't about the homosexuality or
Okay.
heterosexuality. It's about the abuse of tactical scientific ignorance to make a point.
Okay, gotcha.
That offends me on a much greater level than anything related to other societal issues. But you gotta, like, there's gotta be, like, a cum cycle, right?
Yeah, it's about once every 8 hours.
Like, if you had to draw the flow chart,
Ugh.
I do
Yeah.
once every 8 hours.
I don't want to draw a cum
okay.
flow chart.
you,
It goes through the balls.
earmuffs, like, you ejaculate,
Yeah.
and then there's a couple of different pathways that can go down. But let's just assume it ends up in a tissue. That tissue then goes into the garbage can. It's picked up by the garbage man. It's taken to the garbage land, and then it's thrown in the landfill.
Sometimes by
Then
me. Yeah.
Flies and insects, you know, consume it,
As
and then
they're
they're
wont to.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do, absolutely.
yeah, and then they're consumed by larger animals, which are consumed by birds, which then might be consumed by.
Well, let's get more specific.
Which also migrate.
So
which
the
we
fly
then-
eats the cum, a frog eats the fly,
Right.
a hawk picks up the frog.
And then there was an old lady who swallowed the frog.
The hawk.
Who eats the
Then
hawk?
she swallowed the hog. Yes.
No, like a cougar eats the hawk, I guess.
We gotta at least get to an animal chain that gets back to humans. Like, we can't just give it to nature.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get
Well,
the
then-
cougar into us.
Then the cougar comes in the water, and then the water gets filtered.
Wait, no. We're adding a second order of ejaculate to this system. It's too complicated now.
Once it's broken down once,
It's
you don't have to do it
reused.
again. I mean, everything along the chain has been ejaculating into everything else, right?
This is so fucked up. I don't even. We say some weird shit on my channel, but you guys take the fucking cake.
Sorry, who eats the cougar again?
Sometimes the cougar is the one who starts the whole process.
Yeah!
Ugh.
High five, bro.
I like to take it about this far. This is about where I like to stop.
I think we're touching piss more than we're touching cum. For
I don't
sure.
want to get into it really, but like every time you piss, there's little speckles that bounce out.
Yep, and those go in the air because
I hate it, but it's true.
That's
Yeah.
like, people are all. Who was it? Was it you or was it? I don't know. Maybe it was Mathis or it was somebody, and they were like, I don't use hand dryers, like the air dryers in the bathroom, because they put poop particles everywhere. Is that you that said that, Cobalt?
That was not me.
Okay, somebody said that, and they're like, no, I only use paper towels because the hand dryers push poop particles everywhere.
Well, the hand dryer is probably pushing poop particles onto the paper towels in the near vicinity.
And I also, like, I was polite about it, but in the moment, I really wanted to say, like, so fucking what? Like, how many extra times do you think you're gonna get sick in your life from having a couple of poo atoms that you can't possibly control for,
Well,
like, jump onto your beard or
like,
something?
did you know, in addition to your skeleton being inside you, there's also usually a latent turd hanging out?
Yeah, tons of it.
Yep, I saw it in my X-ray once, and I was like, "What is that? A tumor?" They're like, "No, that's your poo," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I got real. They're like, "Oh, don't worry." They saw me looking at it like they're like with a concerned face, and she was like, "Oh, don't worry, that's your feces." I was like, oh, okay, cool. No
If you
problem.
doesn't
eat
have a
the
face.
shrimp, you'll know how this works.
I just like, it's so. This is like the creation of like Howie Mandel, right? Is like, I don't use the paper towel, or I don't use the hand dryer because it pushes the poop particles around, and then all of a sudden you're coating your whole body in like Pam nonstick cooking spray, and you won't shake hands with anybody.
Giving people fist bumps. This is what I do. This is what I do. That's what he says.
I think at some point you got to accept that, you know, if you live on planet Earth, you're gonna get some poop particles on you from time to time. As long as you can't see or smell them, who cares?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Sleepy Pirate, thanks for 7 months in a row. Your name made me yawn.
And X Suncrin for the $50 tip. Says, Hayden had a root canal done a few weeks ago and cursed with bad enamel, 30+ fillings at 26 years old, and I expect a crown soon. Hope this helps a bit. I sort of know the pain. Thanks, man.
Oh
That's
God.
fucked up, man. That's too many. I hope that you find resolution in your teeth eventually.
If somebody told me, hey, we're gonna have to give you 30+ fillings, I'd be like, rip them the fuck out and give me dentures. Is what I would say. That's
I assume
crazy.
they happen over time.
That's over time. I see.
They probably add up, is what
I thought he meant all 30, like bam shaboom. Like you're gonna be in the chair for 10 hours. Like what the fuck?
Crown filling's pretty painless, honestly. It's just more of just waiting. I don't know. I think my experience with dental work has been mostly positive, aside from the fact that they keep fucking up my teeth.
Well, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's probably as big as it gets, really.
That's pretty. I've got a great experience with dentists, except when they do their job, they suck
Yeah,
at it.
no, what I mean is they don't cause me extreme pain. It just costs me a lot of money over the lifetime that I live.
Well, maybe they should give you some more pain so you don't have to go through that.
I would take the pain over the money.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Why do dentists cost so much money?
Why does
fucking
American healthcare cover dental work?
Dentists should give us money.
My dentist just likes to remind me how much of a high pain tolerance I have. He's like, you're such a good patient, you have such a high pain tolerance. And I'm like, that's why I never fucking come in here. I just want to get it over with. It's not that it doesn't hurt.
Actually, I said like one time,
Thank you.
I was like, hey, like, it's not a huge deal if it's gonna hurt a little. Like, expect a little bit of pain. And the lady was like, no, like, we strive to not cause you any pain. It's like, alright, thanks.
That sounds like some propaganda bullshit they train him to say in dental school.
Like, I was trying to make it as convenient as possible for them to not have to worry about it, because I'm fine. And still had to, like, make me feel weird about it.
When I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, I told them I wanted to go under. So
Yeah.
they
They try to
put
talk you out of it.
that. Well, they wanted no. My mom was there with me, and she was like, "Look, he freaks out. He's never had anything like this done." And so, first off, they put this like little swab on my arm. Okay, and like no, okay. First off, they put the gas on me. Then they swabbed my arm with like this freezy stuff before they put the IV in. And I didn't even feel the IV, and then the doctor's like asking me questions, and they put the IV in, and I was like, oh yeah, capital of, Maine is Magusta or whatever, and then I was just fucking passed the fuck out. Magusta La Playa, I love the beach.
I think if you say it's Magusta, they're like, alright, he's out.
Yep, pretty much.
Start it up.
No, I just remember like trying to answer the question and my mouth not working right and going, yeah, 1 + 2 = and I just passed out.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty awesome. For those 3 seconds, I felt the best I've ever felt in my life. So never do morphine, guys, or whatever they gave me.
This is probably just
That's the moral of the story. Don't do
Morphine's
morphine.
the one they made to get people off heroin, right?
No, that's
No,
Oh
okay.
god, what is that?
Methadone.
Methadone,
Sorry, yeah.
yes.
Right.
First you get hooked on heroin, then you go down to methadone, then you go down to codeine, then it's oxycodone,
God.
and after that you go just to
Tylenol?
like 8 or 9 extra strength Tylenols, then
Wait,
alcohol,
Codeine,
then
I thought,
marijuana.
is oxycodone.
Then it's just you just
Am I
go
wrong?
back up.
There's oxycodone.
Are they the same, though? I thought they were.
You take the heroin to get off the fentanyl. You take the fentanyl to get off of the crocodile.
Oh god, not the
You're rushing
crocodile.
off the
And you
crocodile.
take the crocodile to get over the fact that we live on a tiny rock suspended in space, that nothing we do ever matters.
You never get off the crocodile once you're in its jaws.
Yeah.
You know what would be a
He does the
great
death
movie?
roll.
I want to see a movie with Russian Paul Hogan, and it would be called Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I would go for it, sure.
And then
I'd
the third
watch
one
it.
could be Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. Or I would also accept the Crocodile Hunter.
Yeah, I'd rather do Crocodile Hunter.
I just downloaded Brawlhalla. I hate that I have to buy characters. Damn those free games and supporting them. Fuck!
Yeah.
I am finished my second Isaac run. Where are you guys at?
I'm in the chest as well.
I'm on Necro 2 in my second run, so I'm happy to stop whenever.
Alright, that sounds... I'll wait for the chest to finish.
Did they make multiple Free Willy movies, do you remember?
Yeah. They made at least 4. Because in
4?
2010, I went on a bus trip to New York City. And on the way up to New York, we watched Free fucking Willy 4 starring Beau Bridges, the third most famous Bridges brother.
How many times is Willy gonna get captured?
That's exactly what I was gonna ask. How does the plot flow go for that?
Free
How-
Willy 4 Escape from Pirates Cove is a 2010 direct-to-video family film and the
just reading
fourth
it out.
installment in the Free Willy franchise.
Pirates Cove? I
Is
thought
it
you
the
were
same
getting-
Willy?
Escape from Pirates Cove.
You can tell if it's the same one because his dorsal fin's flopped over.
Is it an actual pirate cove, or is it like a theme park attraction?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and a baby male orca was separated from his pod and became stranded in a lagoon on Gus's property. Oh, you know what? It's not the same Willy. It's another
Okay.
orca that was named Willy.
Well, they
They've taken
can't
out
call
the
it Free
mention.
Bobby.
Any whale that